I'm gonna make some elderberry syrup. It's something I make every year, and I make a bunch at once, and then I freeze it. And I found that it freezes really, really well. It keeps a long time in the freezer. You just go in and get a teaspoon and take it cold, and that's how we like to do it. So first I'm gonna grate some ginger. I used to not make it with ginger, and then I made it with ginger, and I was like, well, this is really good. Hey, please stop.
Sorry.
Okay, so we're gonna grate several tablespoons of ginger just to release all that. I've already kind of peeled this. And it's kind of a mess. Ginger is fibrous. And I'm gonna put in whole cloves, a couple whole peppercorns. I'm gonna put in cinnamon sticks. And this time I actually have a combination of dried and fresh elderberries. The fresh elderberries are from a local farm. The dried ones are ones I bought actually quite a while ago. Again, I store them in the freezer, and I found them recently. So we're gonna try to use those up. And this is a huge batch. It's like 12 cups of water. Again.
Grab a ginger stick. I just want to see what it tastes like.
Okay, here. Let me try.
Oh, it's a ginger stick.
Yeah.
What was it again? Like the stick or something?
Oh, the cinnamon stick?
Uh-huh.
Well, it's just like cinnamon is a piece of bark. Yeah, I'll show you in just a minute.
Okay, I was like,
and then also today we're going to be making, well, the elderberry is heating up because it takes about an hour on the stove just to heat everything up, and then to kind of let it boil down, and then you got to let it cool down, and then you add the honey. I'm also going to be making fire cider, and then hopefully I'm going to make some sauerkraut with red cabbage. I just love it, and there's only like that much left of the one that was in the fridge. So my house is going to smell like ginger and onions today.
I can smell the ginger.
You can? I can too. It smells really, really good. I feel like I'm just making a mess.
I do not like it how it smells.
Oh, you don't?
Yeah, I don't.
Well,
You do?
I love it.
I do not.
I think it smells delicious.
I do not.
For the fire cider, we just chop the ginger. The ginger's kind of a mess to peel.
I found the bark.
Anybody's got a really good way to do it. I just use a peeler.
Actually found the ginger as well. I found the sticks. Oh, it is. What was it called?
Chunks in there. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the ginger. I'm just going to put that in. Put it in with the elderberries. This is the bag I got from the local guys. This is the stuff I ordered. Here.
Fortnite said you can eat it.
Okay, so I've got cloves and black peppercorns. Those are going in. Cinnamon sticks. I'm going to put 4 in because this, like I said, this is a huge pot. And we're going to let that come to a boil. And then after it boils, we will let it simmer with the lid off for at least 30 minutes. Trying to get some of that water to evaporate. Yeah. And it smells like heaven in here. It smells like healing deliciousness. And we take about a teaspoon of elderberry most days during cold and flu season. If we feel something kind of, you know, coming on, we will up that dosage to about a tablespoon a day. Yeah, not hard at all. I'm gonna let the cabbage sit, I don't know, probably most of the afternoon. It's just salt and cabbage, super, super easy. I just season it till it tastes pretty good, and then I'll put this, it'll kind of like start to break down. I might mash it up some more, and then I'll put it in a mason jar and mash it in there real good. Put a weight on top and let it sit. I can't remember, a couple days, a week, I can't remember. Yeah, sauerkraut's super easy. We love the purple one. It's kind of a mess. You could see kind of purpley, but it tastes delicious. I made fire cider. I can put the recipe below, but it's got onion, garlic, jalapenos, rosemary, thyme. It does have horseradish. I put in turmeric powder because I couldn't find turmeric root. I also couldn't find horseradish root. I could just find the horseradish stuff that you get from the store. It's got lemons. I put some peppercorns in it, and ginger, and then apple cider vinegar, and it'll sit for, I can't even remember, 3 weeks, 2 to 4 weeks, and then I'll strain it. And I think this time I'm gonna store it in the fridge. Last time I stored it in the pantry, and it's only good for about 6 months. But this time I'm gonna store it in the fridge, and it'll, yeah, we'll use it. We'll take it like a shot, or you can make dressings. You can use it as an apple cider vinegar substitute. You can use it as a marinade. There's lots of different, and you can put it in teas or drink it with hot water. Yeah, I'm gonna try some different ways to get it in, because I just took it as a shot last time and it wasn't completely pleasant. So I might kind of dilute it this time, see if I can get the kids to drink it. I might add some honey to theirs, make it a little more palatable. And on the stove, I still got elderberry. That's still cooking down. I'll get some more shots of that when it comes out. The bottom part of the cabbage was a little extra tough, so I put it in a pan. Right now the oven's heating up. I just add bacon grease and onion, and I'll bake it down, and it makes a really nice side dish. Yeah, nice. Pretty much everything's from the homestead. I mean, yeah, it's all stuff you can grow at home, make at home, except maybe the lemons, depending on where you are. But yeah, fresh herbs, and went and picked the thyme out of our garden, which was super fun. Puppy was like, "What are you doing?" And yeah, so keep watching. I'll put the recipes down below, and give me some tips if you know how to peel ginger, because that is a mess. Like, I always think it's going to be easier than it is, and then it just never turns out very well. So, oh, and the salt I'm using is pink Himalayan salt. It's actually a sugar shaker, but all of our sugar shakers are now salt shakers. We don't have sugar shakers. So yeah, I'm gonna get this in the oven and get that elderberry cooking some more. Okay, I'm super excited about pickled salmon. Doesn't that look beautiful? I mean, that just looks great. I hope it tastes as good. It's from the cookbook Nourishing Traditions, written by Sally Fallon. It's amazing. If you haven't read it, you totally need to. So this is the recipe here. I'm gonna pull my bookmarks. Yeah, so just salmon, water, whey, honey, salt, some onions, lemon. And I goofed on the lemon. I put too much in my fire cider, but I have cubes of lemon juice, so I put one of those in here. And then mustard seeds, cracked pepper, bay leaves, and a bunch of fresh dill, which is what that beautiful green is. Man, it just looks so good. Oh, I'm just praying it tastes that good. So you just let it sit out for 24 hours, and then you stick it in the fridge, and it lasts for a couple weeks in the fridge. And we'll eat it as an appetizer or just a little snack. I don't eat bread, so I make fathead pizza dough, but just the pizza dough. So it's mozzarella cheese, cream cheese, egg, and a little bit of almond flour, and I roll that out, and it makes a great toast point for this kind of stuff. So I'm excited. I got some onions left over too. I'll put those in the freezer. Yeah, what a good cooking day. And the elderberry is still going. It's getting ready to go off though, so let's go get a video of that. Okay, cabbage has been sitting for a little bit. It's getting wetter looking. I don't know if you can tell. I'm gonna put some in here. This is just kind of a mess because I put it in here and I smash it in. And so I won't be talking a lot, but you can see there is juice forming. So that's good. That means the salt is breaking it down and it's turning it into sauerkraut. No, it's not gonna work. Some days it seems to work and then others it doesn't. And you always need a smaller jar than you think you do. Clean hands. Alright, so I'll fill it up and then we'll smash it down. Sauerkraut's super forgiving. And you can try it with lots of different things. It'll get complicated. They put in all kinds of spices, all kinds of things, that cabbage and salt. That's where you want to start so you can figure out what you like and then slowly add things into it. As you do this, it should be filling up with juice. I don't know if you can see. As I squish down, there's like juice starting to come up. And I'm struggling to get the juice out. You can cover it with brine if you don't have enough juice. But I'm wondering if I need to let it sit a little bit more. Because I've tasted it and it's right at the right level of saltiness. But I don't think I want to add too much more salt. So I'm going to let it sit a little bit more. And we'll come back to this project. There. So I came back later and you'll notice there's a lot more juice. So I don't have to work as hard. I won't have to beat it as much. So I wash my hands super clean. And just filling the jar up. So this is maybe 3 hours total. All I did was chop it, sprinkle it with salt. I don't know, after a couple days you start tasting it to see if you like it. It's such a personal preference what you like. This is super juicy, which is amazing. Cabbage juice is so good for you. It has so much vitamin C in it. It's like more than orange juice. So if you are worried about getting vitamin C this winter, this is what you need to do. Get yourself an organic cabbage head, some salt, and a jar. I'll show you what I use for the airlock fermentation lid. It's super reasonable. Mason, well, it's not on here, but I got this from them too. Alright, so these are mason top so this is a weight. And just squish it down in there. It's going to bubble over, but you want the cabbage to be below the level of the brine. Anything above it is going to be in the air, so it's going to be in an aerobic environment, so the anaerobic. And if the cabbage is in an aerobic environment, it will it will mold on you. It'll go bad. So you want it in an anaerobic environment. It's going to bubble and fizz, and like I said, it will come out the top because it is so super juicy. But yeah, the mason tops, they're just little lids. They go on wide mouth jars. They have weights. They have everything you need for fermentation. So good, so easy. Better than any airlock system I've ever used. So yeah, that's my pickled fermented things today. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed being in my kitchen with me. I'll try to link the recipes below. And just thanks for watching. We will catch you on the next one. Have a blessed day. I think I showed you guys some of the elderberry stuff. I poured it into jars and I'm just letting it cool down. They're still pretty warm. Once they cool down and they don't feel warm anymore, I will put lids on them, and I will put them in the freezer like this. So they just freeze beautifully. They stay a very long time. I strained out all the berries and stuff. We'll compost it or give it to the chickens. And yeah, so that's my elderberry syrup. That's a lot. That should get us through most of the winter. I shouldn't have to make it again. Yeah, like I said, it just freezes so well. I'm so glad I found that out, because this will go bad in the fridge. It kind of molds up on the lid, and so yeah, there's the elderberry.